Monique Chandler Waterman, Executive Director of East Flatbush Village, Inc. Today, our Sisters with a Vision mentorship program put on a workshop about #surviving. With all the recent allegations that's been coming up in the media with this Lifetime documentary and others, we thought it was very important to have this conversation about sexual abuse, domestic violence, and just the shaming of survivors in general. And we wanted to make sure parents left with some information that if somebody was going through a situation, they'll be able to speak out. So we had resources here, mental health professionals, along with clergy, to basically start the healing process of those who are surviving these heinous acts. It's very, very big. I can even talk about from me being younger. What has happened is the foundation of the home has been broken, where it's not two parents, a mother and a father, or a holistically loving family where people are missing resources. So because of that, and then maybe the lack of self-love and the lack of a role model of what that looked like, it lends to others preying on the vulnerable. So we have to bring up our youth with a loving environment, having that mental health support, having that family dynamic, and also the self-love and the self-esteem. As a mother, I know my child has a place. If they're 10, they should look 10 years old. We need to not let them grow up before their time, and we need to also allow others who have advice. And if you do not have the supportive services that you need, seek them. Don't be afraid to go out there. It takes a village to raise a child. Don't let your pride stop you from getting resources that you probably do not have to give to your child. So if you feel that you cannot provide your child with some of these skill sets or these tools, please come to your church, come to the local community-based organization.
I'm thankful and grateful for partners like Monique Waterman and others who have come alongside to not only to share and talk about this, but also to expose and to cut down and break down the stigma concerning this. I really do believe God can heal only those things that we reveal. And so we want to create these opportunities and continue these conversations to reveal these challenges and issues so that healing can take place. And so I'm grateful for the partnership, and I think we need to be more intentional about doing these various events.
Pastor Donna Batiste. I serve at Clarendon Road Church as associate pastor here. And I came actually to support what's going on because I think it's time that the church address sexuality. It's time the church address violence against men and women, sexually, rape, molestation, and it's something that we as a church do not talk about. And we also want to talk about healthy ways in which men and women can deal with their sexuality. So it was really a wonderful time here tonight. Everyone was blessed and challenged, and I think people were comfortable to know that this is a kind of discussion that's taking place in the church. And one thing we wanted people to understand, that this is a safe place where they can come, they can share their story will be legitimized, we will absolutely accept what they say as true, and we will not shame them. So I think it was a blessed time tonight, and I wanted to thank Monique Waterman for hosting this, because I think many more churches should have this kind of open discussion about sexuality and how to live it out in a healthy manner, in a godly way.
My name is Steve Hemorrhage, and I work for Brightpoint Health. And so the reason why I come here is not only to share my own story, but to help others who are suffering. People need help. They need to talk about sexual abuse. They need to talk about sex and sexuality and things that makes them uncomfortable. And this is why I'm here today, to offer mental health services provided by Brightpoint Health to every single one of a member of our community who needs those services. People may think that they don't need it, because the first thing you tell people when you say you should seek mental health services is to say, I'm not crazy. But you're not crazy. But you need to speak with someone who's professionally trained to do that. As a black community or minority community, we feel that this doesn't belong to us. We don't have to do this. And so we are neglected, a whole community, by not getting these help. And what happens when trauma happens from a young age, it follows you until you're older. And if you don't address it or get help with it early, it's going to affect you for the rest of your life. And that is why our community needs to understand you're not crazy, but you need that professional mental health service that will help you to improve and have a better quality of life. The abuse in community for both boys and girls is equal. The problem with boys is that it's unreported. For many years, the girls were not reporting sexual abuse, but with the Me Too movement and everything else, there's a sense of empowerment. But men and boys are still being molested, and that we need to address because it's a sleeper. And it affects not only the individuals who are suffering, but the family and the community. My contact information and anyone who is coming in for help with Brightpoint Help through me, I personally navigate those services. And the telephone number is 718-309-7778. Call or text, and I will respond if I don't answer the phone.